everyone, my name's Vaux and I'm a designer at Craftsuprint.com. Today I'd like to show you how to make a duo side corner stacker. I've chosen this design because we're coming up to winter and Christmas. The duo corner stackers are very effective with the layers in the two opposite corners on the left and the right hand side. This is the card that I'd like us to make together. So what you're going to need to make this card is choosing the sheet from the website www.craftsuprint.com/AnneMarieVaux. The cut number for this design is 119678_10. It's called a Winter Walk Snow Duo Corner Stacker card front. I've designed the sheet with the base image so that you have the main image on the base of your card front, and then also I've layered the corners and numbered them so it's easy for you to be able to get a hang of how to make the corner stackers. I've also included a diagram that shows where the two layers of corners should go on your card if anyone's a newbie, and then this should be able to help you just get started really with these designs. So now we've chosen the design that we're going to use, I'm going to cut out the pieces from the design. I've already prepared one. I've cut out the base image, I've cut out layers for the corners for both sides, and so now we're ready to add adhesive. I'm sorry, I forgot to mention the tools that I would use to make this card front. All I'm using is nothing special: scissors, adhesive tape and foam pads. Normally I use silicone glue, but for quickness today we're going to use the foam pads. So we've cut out all our layers and our base image for our card, and again in true Blue Peter fashion, here's one I made earlier. So I've taken the base image and I've already added flat adhesive to the back of it. Top tip here, crafters, I always do this before I add the layers to the top of the card, for the simple reason that once the layers are actually on the card front, it's harder to apply the adhesive as you're turning the front over with the layers on and trying to lay it flat to get the adhesive on, and you'll get lumps and bumps in it. So I add it first, and then that way I can concentrate on the front of the image, add the layers, and then when they're all on, just whip the back of the tape off and add it to the card front. So next step, after dealing with the card base image, we're going to add foam tape to our layers. As you can see, I've already done this. I've done this for both corners. Now, another top tip here, crafters, something I like to do, but obviously each to their own and it's your own preference. When I add foam tape or silicone and I'm building up a 3D layer, I always try and get the foam in the same corner and the same place on each layer, because as you stack it up you'll get a more even finish and you won't get lumps and bumps and the card won't warp between the layers, because if you're adding the foam pads and silicone in different places you might tend for the paper to move and it'll bounce. So we want a nice straightforward stacking effect, so I find that helps just to give it a more finished and professional finish. So what we're going to do is, because I know that you don't want to sit and watch me attach all those corners to that card front, I've made one earlier and I've just got to finish it off just to show the effect that you're going to get. So as you can see, I've already done the top corner on the design and I've just got the opposite corner to finish. I've got the two last layers to put into this corner here. So we're going to do that. So if you just bear with me as I pull my tape off, won't take a minute. Now something that I do find, as I'm lining the corners up, I put it corner to corner and I check the eye line that the design is matching down one side, and then I check it on the other side as well. Now that to me looks fine, so we're going to lay that on, and then we've just got the last layer. Oh, that's a tricky one. So I'm going to turn this round and do this towards the camera so you can pick it up a little bit clearer. I put it corner to corner, I check the design this way, and I'll check it that way as well and match the design, and that's fine. If you're using silicone, you do get that time to get a bit of wriggle room and to be able to straighten it, but with foam it's not as forgiving. So there we have the finished layers, 4 layers at either corner, that gives a good effect. And now I've used a simple silver metallic folded card for the design. Hope we can all see that. So now, because we were clever and we added our flat adhesive to the base image first, all we have to do now is whip off the back of the tape like so. Obviously you'll take a little bit more time over this at home. So there we have all 4 corners, all 4 tape. Now we're going to line the card up corner to corner, little bit of an edge all the way on round the outside. I'm happy with that. For anybody who's not confident enough to do that straight off, if you want to use the non-permanent adhesive that dries after the first couple of minutes, then you get time for the wiggle room again. So there we have the finished card front, and as you can see, all the layers that you've created. And if I turn it to the side, if the camera can pick that up, the way that the foam pads stack on top of each other, and it makes sure there's no squidge there, because it's getting, we took in the layers at the same places as we put the foam on. So that's the card that we've made. I'd like to thank you all for watching today, and if you like any of my designs, please go to www.craftsuprint.com/AnneMarieVaux. Thank you very much.